man can't, though.
Working man cannot, unless he's fucking your wife. Okay. I want to talk to you guys about something that my brother has been bringing up a couple of times. They talk about it pretty extensively on our major competitor podcast, Last Podcast on the Left. Don't listen to them. Listen to us.
We started first.
Listen to both. We just went first. That's true. But I wanted to touch on it because it's like, this is one of those things that you could go so deep on. But this is just kind of the basics on something that I think every kind of paranormal aficionado should know a little bit about. And that's Valiant Thor. Y'all know about Valiant Thor?
No.
Tiny little bit.
Okay, so Valiant Thor, and this is from Tilm.com, which is things I learned last night. Valiant Thor, the alien who lived at the Pentagon. Valiant Thor is the subject of a truly unbelievable story.
When you say it like that, it make it seem like it rented an apartment in the Pentagon.
Good morning, Valiant Thor. That's Nixon. Anyway, Valiant Thor, or Val, as his friends called him, was a humanoid.
Thor, as his enemies called him.
Butt breath to his enemies. Was a humanoid alien living in an apartment inside the Pentagon, Roger.
I channel dead people.
That's Valiant Thor. He's a neighbor. He lives at the Pentagon. It's brains. Val
A real
had a
Jack Tripper situation going on.
yeah, he's tripping. He's stepping into buckets and stuff. He's pretending that he's a roommate, constant companions with these two gals. Val had a tight-knit relationship with President Eisenhower, who we're all very lucky I can't do an impression of.
I don't even know what he sounds like.
Exactly. He just sounds like a guy, I think. President Eisenhower. Go on.
I was going to say, he sounds like a brick wall that kicked the shit out of the Nazis.
Yeah. He was friends with President Eisenhower and was passionate about ending the possibility of nuclear war. Like many aliens who have come to Earth, Val had a goal for humanity, and he used the existing power structures to see it through. Thanks to his human-like appearance, Val was thought to be nothing more than an advisor to Eisenhower. Crazy story, but it does have a shred of believability because many high-ranking government officials speak of him as if he was really there. This is a story that would be revolutionary if it were true. Thing about it is, there's pictures of Valiant Thor. Go to the Google right now, put in Valiant Thor, and hit the image search tab. You will see pictures of this man at Eisenhower meetings.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, he's there.
Who was reported as being a guy known as Val, aka Valiant Thor.
And I mean, he might have just been a guy named Valiant Thor.
Could have been, Nate.
Yeah, but his dick.
All three of them.
Like a
This is a segment. We all thought of his dick for sure when we were like, so he looks like a person, but what's going on down there? You know what it is? 2 rows of pores.
He's got 2 L's, a B, and a J.
A visitor at the Pentagon. This is still from things I learned last night. On March 16th, 1957, a strange craft landed in a farmer's field in Alexandria, Virginia. Local police. It's a branch of the police.
Correct.
They're goofy. Watch out, everybody, hands up. The police are here. The police will be here soon. But for now, anyway, you get it. Local police arrived on the scene with guns drawn, expecting the worst. They were surprised to find what appeared to be an unarmed man stepping out of the craft. And he fully does look like Bob Dobbs, or like just the most like normal, basic ass, like handsome, all American, wholesome fella.
Yeah. Average 50s white man.
Mm-hmm. They were even more surprised when the man asked to speak with the president telepathically. Sorry, the president only speaks verbally. So it must have convinced them.
I mean, you come to a different planet, and what am I trying to say? I'm influenced by Star Trek, and other shows to where like the advanced race would do some research on the species they're trying to contact.
That's true.
So
especially if this guy's whole goal is to stop a nuclear war from destroying the current civilization.
So I'm always surprised to hear how many times aliens tried telepathic communication first. Like, it's just not going to blow our minds. You know, like, how are you speaking?
Although it is a good way to prove that you're an alien.
True. 100%.
It must have convinced them.
Because, I believe the man screaming inside my head versus the man screaming at me.
They took him immediately to the Pentagon. And over the next couple of days, the visitor would receive his meeting with the president and a fully furnished apartment deep within the Pentagon. This is his mission. Right. According to Valiant Thor, he was sent here by a galactic council to convince humanity to shy away from their use of nuclear weapons. Val and his group of alien assistants hailed from the nearby planet of Venus. These aliens were humanoid in appearance with the single discrepancy of 6 fingers on each hand. Val convinced President Eisenhower to create a council against the use of nuclear weapons. However, the committee was repeatedly blocked by members of the CIA and DoD. When it became clear that the office of the president could not deliver the results for which he came, Val turned to evangelist Frank Stranges.
Of course.
Aliens and faith. Stranges had long been a proponent of aliens and fascinated with the evidence for alien interactions with humanity in the Bible. He had just written a book about an angelic encounter in the book of Ezekiel when he met Valiant Thor. Val taught Stranges about the validity of some theories and about what God thought of humanity.
What? Good.
Quickly,
things?
Frank, what did he say? Say something about me? Quickly, Frank Stranges was campaigning for Val. It appeared that since the alien couldn't use Eisenhower for his purposes, he would choose to use an author instead.
All right. Which author?
Obviously.
That author, J.K. Rowling.
Boo! L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard, yeah, truly.
That seems insane that there was I guess Frank Stranges must have been a fairly huge figure in, I guess, early evangelicalism.
Not as big as the president, understandably. Right. The president was better at it.
I'm just wondering why this guy's the next step down from the president of the United States.
The vice president was busy.
Around.
So was the Speaker of the House, man. These are busy people.
Just happened to be around at the time.
And he was like, I just wrote this treatise on the Nephilim. What can you tell me about the flood?
Exactly. Let's see what we can find about physical characteristics. It doesn't honestly say when he leaves. I think he's still here.
I like the idea of him, let's say, smitten with someone, and he has to sneak them in through Pentagon security for a nice cup of coffee after a date.
Crazy. Yeah, truly. I would watch 2 seasons of this show.
Val, or I guess it'd be called Val.
Yeah. You can read, there's a couple of books. The one by Stranges came out. There's a ton of books on Amazon that you can like read the whole story about it. But basically he came, had VIP treatment at the CIA for a couple of years, lived in an apartment there,
ate tons of red meat,
and then dropped off the face of the planet.
Well, he's a Venusian, right?
Venusian.
So do you want to know what the Extraterrestrial Species Almanac has to say about Venusians?
Please.
Yes.
Physical characteristics, like we said, indistinguishable from Earth humans,
except for the six fingers.
Six fingers. They radiate love and peace, and they are clear and precise thinkers. Other races, including the Pleiadians, have said to be in the presence of a Venusian is to be in the presence of divinity in its true form.
Wow.
All right. Why does their planet look so warm and acidic?
Yeah, you'd think that they could probably withstand a nuclear blast.
I like the idea of some people just throwing out there these things about Venus and the creatures that would live on Venus, having not known that we've, as humans, have been to Venus. We know what it's like underneath the clouds.
That is true.
Russia sent a whole bunch of probes that didn't make it.
Oh yeah, no, we have footage of Venus. It's breathtaking to look at. The USSR has done really phenomenal things scientifically, and then Stalinism did a bunch of awful things. But the point is, I know what Venus looks like.
Sure. Venusian, this is according to the Wikipedia page. According to Frankie Strange's, Eisenhower asks Thor where he is from, to which Thor gives a rather cryptic response.
Nice.
Eisenhower: please, sir, what is your name and where do you come from? Thor: I come from the planet your Bible calls the morning and the evening star. Eisenhower: Venus? Thor: yes, sir. Eisenhower: can you prove this? Thor: what do you constitute as proof? Eisenhower: I don't know.
that's I would have voted for him. You could have put that on a campaign.
And that's the end of their conversation. Fucking nice whiff, dipshit. Physical characteristics. Externally, Val appears human, albeit with 6 fingers and 6 toes. Internally, his heart is larger and he only has one much larger lung.
Bitch.
His blood vessels are larger and carry hemocyanin-based blood. His brain capacity is 300 centimeters cubed and claimed to have an IQ of 1200, although anything over 200 loses definite meaning. He speaks 100 languages fluently.
I could speak 2 languages poorly. I'm not bragging.
Mm-hmm. That's the end of my segment on Valiant Thor. I'm calling it Val in the House. Who's that crazy, goofy alien who shrank the president's cat? It's Val.
I just want to append a little bit, as long as I have the almanac open.
Mm-hmm.
The cosmic agenda of the Venusians. Mm-hmm. They're members of the Galactarian alignment and participate in the Melchizedek Starseed program.
Melchizedek, I think.
Yeah, Melchizedek. Since they're our closest planetary neighbor, they'll be a major part of first contact, which apparently has happened when Earth again rejoins universal society. They have galactic command centers located below, on, and above the Earth in accordance with the Galactarian alignment, as well as solo bases. Venusians also help humans understand the meaning of the I am that I am teachings behind thought.
Right, from famous philosopher Popeye, I believe.
They have contacted many humans on Earth and taught them about the universe and granted them a tour of their saucer craft and motherships. They also influence humans indirectly by planting universal morals in their minds to attain a higher understanding of life and all existence. Howard Menger, an early contactee, was invited on board a Venusian saucer craft in August of 1956. They gave him a tour of the galaxy, where he witnessed extraterrestrial civilizations on planets and the moon. Another 1950s contactee, George Van Tassel, who I think has maybe come up before even, lived in Yucca Valley near Palm Springs in a secluded part of the desert. He was visited by a Venusian commander named Solganda, who gave George a tour of his craft and then later imparted blueprints to build a domed building called the Integratron.
Wow.
Which exists. You can go there.
Oh, the Integratron. I've been to the Integratron.
Perfect acoustics.
I didn't actually get to go. They were closed, but I went. I was in the same town as the Integratron.
Awesome. Well, and this is also in near the Yucca Valley, is like kind of where Edwards Air Force Base is. Which is where Eisenhower was supposedly meeting an alien for the first time while he was said to have been getting his teeth fixed.
Okay.
You can do both.
If you're going to meet an alien, you don't go do a busted up grill.
Yeah, you get your grill done. You get your molars, full teeth for the aliens.
Show up with a full golden grill studded with diamonds. Welcome to Earth on a necklace. This is what we do: a fucking thick chain, drape it around his neck, and be like, "You're the king now, dog."
You're the king now, dog.
Yeah, say it like Sean Connery, just to confuse everybody.
You're the king now, dog. There, that was worse for you.
Is this guy the leader? What is this? Is this a bit? That's the end of my segment. Val in the house.
Val in the house.
All right, now I think we should have Jordan decide what he wants to hear.